I'm Jill.
And I'm Mark.
And we are Over the Hill with Mark and Jill. And we have just sold everything and decided to travel full time. We are going to share a little bit about our journey and how we got to this place before we leave for London tomorrow.
So it was quite a process for us in the beginning. So I think it was the one day that we had decided that we're going to do this for sure. And we had a garage sale. And during that garage sale, we started putting out things that, they had a lot of meaning to us personally. They didn't have a lot of value, but a lot of meaning. Our Christmas tree, our ornaments that we've, had forever when we were kids. So those things really kind of put things in perspective for us. And it became something that was like becoming real. During that process, we actually even sold our house. So we were just in the process of actually tearing our house down and starting over again and spending money in hopes to sell our house to one day travel. So that day got pushed up when we sold the home. And here we are today getting prepared to have a new journey. So yeah.
Who has a garage sale and sells their house? But we did. So anyway, that was a really strong signal for us, like, it's time, do this, let's do this. It felt right.
Sometimes you listen to the world. Mm-hmm. That was one of those worldly events that we needed to listen to. So here we are. We sold everything, but we did a little journey to go see the family on the way out of the country. So we stopped in Oregon to see some family and stayed with them for a few days, then went down the coast. We stopped along the way in Arcata, went through the redwoods. It was really beautiful, something I wanted to do for so long. After that, we just kind of traveled along the coast, stayed the night in a few places. Really enjoyed it. It was fun, but a nice way to leave. And then we stopped by San Diego on the way out and said goodbye to family members as well. And as we speak right now, we're in Las Vegas saying goodbye to our family and girls. And here we are.
Yes, we have 2 adult daughters, and we are about to leave tomorrow. And I feel like for me, that's one of the hard things, of course, as a parent, leaving your kids. But we're hoping that friends and family will follow us and decide to visit us on the road. So yeah, that's our hope.
Yep. Little background for us. I had been a real estate appraiser for almost 29 years. It was a long process. I was so tired of it. It was nice to finally be done. So Jill started her new career not too long ago. So she was feeling a little guilty, but let you talk about that.
Right. I decided to go back to UNLV to get my master's degree in marriage family therapist when I was about, 50-ish. So I haven't been doing it that long. Mark was working many, many hours. Nobody works harder than he does. So I kind of felt like I needed to catch up and do some of that on my own. And I did it for a while, but he's convinced me that if we don't do this now, we're only getting older. So it's time to go out and see what the world has to offer for us.
Yes. I think that we went on a journey. I guess it was a journey. It was a vacation for a month, so it's certainly not a journey. But we went on a vacation, and during that process, I was really starting to think in my mind, I was doing the math. And the math was like, okay, I'm 60 now, and if I'm going to take 1 month out of every year, if I last till I'm 70, I got 10 more months I can go on a vacation. And that blows. I'm too old, or too are. Let's have some fun. So I told Jill that I'm ready to mix things up again, and she wasn't quite on board to begin with, but it took a little time. But I said, hey, listen, I'm going to go do it, and you got to figure out whether you want to come with me or not. So that was the process.
So I decided, okay, keep working or go travel the world. So I made the choice.
So, I think it was a wise choice. Yeah,
I do too.
Yep. So out of this process, what do you find to be the most scary?
I think the most scary thing in the beginning was the comfort of home, the comfort of your bed, the comfort of your things, and your routine. Like I said, we are very routine people. We are regimented. We do the same thing every day, or we're pretty consistent with our workouts, with all those things. So I think letting go of that control and being out of that comfort zone, it was scary, but now I'm really embracing it. It feels really good. It feels like it's going to be a healthy challenge for both of us. We both need more flexibility.
How about your home?
That's hard. I loved our home in North Idaho. Loved it so much. Loved everything about it. So that part was hard, but
how about the safety of having a home?
That's right. Yeah, that's true. It does feel scary for sure.
Yeah. When I brought this up, she's like, well, what about the safety of this, and what about the safety of that? So always came to the concern of safety. So not owning anything to me has been invigorating and life-changing. We just got rid of our last car yesterday. So we are free of everything. So I find it life-changing and invigorating. So I like it.
I do too. We are minimalists. We've always been minimalists. We don't like clutter. And
You say we're minimalist, but we have a lot of crap. I don't know how minimal that is. So when we moved to northern Idaho, we had nothing. By the time we left, we had tons of crap again. So I wouldn't say we're a minimalist. So I think it's a good thing to live by, but we didn't practice it. So here we are. So anyways, that's how it all began. So here we are, getting ready to depart tomorrow. Things are getting real for us, and our life changes are coming quickly. So how did we start the planning of all this?
We really educated ourselves, and that's the number one thing for me that helped me get comfortable with this process. We started watching many YouTube videos. We took a course from Rob and Allie with Grounded Life Retirement. It's an amazing course. We took that course. Then they did a group cruise last November. We went on the cruise with other like-minded people. There was about 40 couples, a couple single people who are traveling full-time. We learned so much from them. They're so helpful. And we do have our favorites that we just religiously watch their videos, the retirement travelers, Brian and Carrie, Finding Gina Marie. They provide so much information. So I started just taking notes, and then we started, where do we want to go? What's our starting point? And we would be, it is really like a little full-time job. We would spend hours in the winter, hours sitting down and planning out the route that makes the most sense, and then pick the place we want to stay. How long do we want to stay? Book the flights. It's like, it is a little full-time job. We have 6 months booked right now. And then as we get going, we'll start booking that next 6 months. We got a little nervous about booking so far ahead.
Yeah, we've already booked tickets that were way in advance and had to eat the airplane ticket because, we made already mistakes. Yeah. So the process for us is learning, and I'm sure that people have been doing this a long time look at us and shake their head. They're going to change. It's not going to work. So yeah, that process, and the other thing is you need two different kinds of personalities. So Jill is a meticulous, methodical. I see the first thing I like, I'm like, book it and be done. I don't want any more of it. And then I'd watch TV and let her go over for hours of
Reviews.
where we're going to be.
Read the reviews, and I do that meticulously. I'm the detail person. He's the big picture, the big planner, big ideas.
I'm just not very bright.
I am the details, and we'll dig in and do all the work. So we're a good combination.
Yeah, you need a team for sure. So Rob and Allie were great. Just I guess to help us catapult us. Like when we went on the cruise, it was great to meet other people that want to do the same thing. Typically when I tell people like what we're doing, there's one side of the couple that wants to do it. Like I would love to do that. The other side of the couple, like I would never do that. You're crazy. So it's been a process for us, but I would say, the planning stages are going to always change. We did the 6 months, and now we're already figuring out, like now we're going to stop in Doha on the way to Singapore. Now we can't stay a week there. I'd love to stay a week while I'm already there. So the process is going to have to change, and I think the ability to maybe be a little more flexible and not maybe book so far in advance is going to become more popular for me. But we'll see. I mean, our travel style is going to change with over time for sure.
Right, this is the beginning.
Maybe the travel style will be us crying little girls coming back home next week. So we have no idea.
I was just going to say, this is the beginning of our journey, and we want to document it as we go. Number one, I would love to have a record because it's hard to remember as you're traveling. Number two, we want to share this with our friends and family. And number three, I can't wait to get a year from now and reflect back on this day. We are leaving for London tomorrow. In 1 year from now, what are we going to feel like? What are we going to be thinking? What are we going to be talking about? Right?
Yeah, and how much are we going to change?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. So why do you want to do document all this? Why do you want to do a YouTube channel?
So inspired by all the people we watched doing this. Secondly, as we talked about it, people were so interested. It was interesting to see how people would be like, oh, I want to hear about this. I want to know where you're going. Tell me where you're going to be. So it's a great way to share with friends and family, can kind of see where we're at, and we'll feel closer. I think I have anxiety about being far away from family. So this will give us that connection to home and to our family being able to see us and comment and share their thoughts about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that will be sharing our journey with the people that we care about.
Yeah. And it'd be nice if we can help other people.
Right.
along this journey. There's so many people that do this, but the perspective is always different.
Yes.
You find somebody you can kind of like click with, and you can check in with them. We are a little bit more active, I would say, than most people our age. So maybe the people who like being active would like to follow some of the ideas and things that we come up with along the way. So I think that's kind of fun. And then the other thing, of course, is documenting, like you said, and maybe meeting more people. So
Sure.
all those.
Yes. And then the other thing is, as I am a marriage family therapist, just retired, so I can't think of more of a test for a couple than to travel full time together. So I think we communicate really well together, but I expect we will have our bumps in the road challenges. And I'm interested in helping anyone who has questions about even couples topics or anything, or how we're doing as a couple, what it's like traveling full time.
Yeah, her great idea was once a week we're going to check in front of the camera. I'm like, no, I'm not going to happen.
I'm working on it. I still might get him to do that.
Yeah.
But we do want to be transparent, and we don't want to just show the highlight reel of this. I really want to show the struggles, the challenges, the highs, the lows, everything.
Yeah, I agree. So that would be it for me. So how about you? What most excited about?
So excited to go and eat food in other places. I love eating food in different countries, trying new things. I'm so excited to live somewhere else for a month. We have a few month stays booked coming up soon, and then quite a few month-long stays in different places. And I'm just so excited to just live as a local, live in Hoi An, Vietnam. We love Hoi An. We've been there. We love it. We were only there for 3 days, I think, last time. I just want to live there for a month and see what it feels like to go to yoga, go out to eat, cook, just embrace whatever is happening around us.
Yeah, the crazy thing was when we were in Hoi An last time, you and I looked at each other. Could you imagine spending a month here? Like fresh fish and fresh vegetables and the beach and the great people. And yeah, so here we are. We get to actually live that dream. And to me, that's amazing.
Exciting.
Yeah. So I agree. So what are you the most nervous about?
Most nervous about things going wrong. Like the little things, the unpredictable things that the flight gets canceled here, and then you're off your schedule, or we got sick, somebody gets sick, or we got injured, or mostly those things. I'm not scared about us. I feel like confident that we will do well, but those unpredictable things are scary.
Yeah.
You can't worry about it, but you have to be, I guess, prepared.
Yeah.
For anything. What about you?
Me, like being in an area like I don't know, like at night, it's like we've been in hotels that were kind of loud. And being in a hotel like where you can't or even an Airbnb where you can't like live your life. It's loud, it's obnoxious, it's dirty, it's this or it's that. I mean, we need to be more flexible. There's only a certain point where that goes to, and then that's out the door. So that's the stuff that makes me nervous. Banking makes me nervous. We never banked outside the country. Being left or stranded without any money would kind of suck. So anyways, those are the things. I think they're just natural things to be worried about. But, talking to Rob and Allie, they talk about how you get around certain things. And, listening to people that have already done this before, it's an amazing thing. And it does help. So
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Seeing how people navigate
yeah.
some of these things.
Yeah. So anyways, well, we hope you follow us. And listen, we plan on, going to London and showing you everything that we do. And hopefully there are things you're interested in. Yep.
Yep.
So
So stay tuned. There's more to come. Thank you.
cheers.